Hello beautiful people, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you like makeup tutorials, makeup reviews, first impressions, hauls, and all things beauty, then you've come to the right channel. I'm Julie, and in today's video we're going to be reviewing the new Danessa Myricks Groundwork Defining Neutrals palette. It is a gorgeous palette. I love just everything about it so far. I haven't tried it, I haven't swatched it, I haven't even touched it. If you guys are interested in seeing what we can do with this palette, this is what it looks like. It comes with 20 shades. If you're interested in seeing if this palette is for you, meaning is it something that you need to purchase? Is it for the everyday girl? Then stay tuned for the video because we're gonna find out everything that we need to know about this palette. I am going to get started. I think I'm gonna start with swatches because I've never touched this palette. I'm gonna tell you what it says about the palette, like what you can do with it. I'm excited to even just use it. Like, I went into the store and I saw it in the store and I was like, I don't want to know nothing about it. Like, I don't want to touch anything. I don't want to know anything. I want to do everything on camera with you guys. So that is what we are doing today. This palette retails for $65. I got 5-star reviews on Sephora. Groundwork Defining Neutrals palette for eyes, brows, face, and lips. It's a matte finish cream formula, fragrance-free, long-wearing pressed powder formula, and black-owned at Sephora. What it is a multi-use talc-free palette with velvety pomades and coordinating oil-absorbing shaping powders that easily define eyes, brows, cheeks, and lips. And it has Upsolite in it, which is her ingredient that she puts in quite a few of her products. It's in her Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder for face and eyes, and it's also in her blushes. And what it is it's a ingredient that keeps the oil down and makes the makeup long wearing. It really works. This palette is free of parabens, formaldehyde releasing agents, phthalates, mineral oil, retinol palmitate, oxybenzone, coal tar, hydroquinone, sulfates, SLS and SLES, triclocarbon, triclosan, and also less than 1% synthetic fragrance. It is also gluten and cruelty free. Okay, so it's a lot to read about this palette, but I want you guys to know everything that she's claiming. It says this everyday all over face essentials palette with curated neutral shades for all skin tones features buildable colors for eyes and face to create soft, bold, unique results with a velvet satin finish. One palette, 2 unique textures for each of the 10 shades. Velvet Pomade is a high-performance, lightweight pomade that applies with ease. The Shape and Fix powders in color coordinating tones is infused with Upsolite to control oil and smooth texture while locking in shape and definition. Your go-to palette that makes it easy to do makeup like a professional. I am excited to try this. Now, I did not put any moisturizer on my face. I have a toner and a serum on. So I'm gonna use this Danessa Myricks Beauty Oil Hydrating Facial Oil. Now, I've tried this a couple of months ago and I took it back to the store, but then I purchased it again because I actually liked the way it made the products look on the skin. So we're gonna try it again. Use this lightweight, fast absorbing dry oil alone or as a hydrating base or mixed in medium for your foundation. Apply to clean skin using a brush, a sponge, or your fingers. So I'm gonna put this oil on my face. This oil retails for $30 and it has gold leaf in it. It's just supposed to be a moisturizer basically. So we're gonna use it and see. Okay, so that's the oil. We're gonna put it on our face. Don't mind my chin. I've been digging at it. I messed up my chin. Every month the same thing happens. Now this oil has a light fragrance. It feels like it's just absorbing right into the skin, which is wonderful. I'm excited to use this palette, but I'm a little nervous. Like, I think that is why it took me so long to film, because I don't know what I'm gonna find. I really want to like it. This is the Danessa Myricks Beauty Oil, and I have another one too that has like a bronzy or gold color that I've never tried. I guess the first thing I'm gonna start with is swatches of every color. When she uses this palette, I've seen her mostly use her fingers. I'm not gonna be using my fingers the whole time because I hate makeup on my fingers. I just do. I don't know why. Let me go through the colors and tell you what they are. So this is the Velvet Pomade, the big rectangle, and then the smaller rectangle is the shaping powder. Okay, so this color is called Sandstone. This one is called Desert. This one is called Mirage. This one is called Chiseled. This one is Sculpted, Stone, Core, Harvest, Bark, and Tourmaline. I'm gonna start. This is the Sandstone Velvet Pomade. That's a very light color. And then I'm going to use the Sandstone Shaping Powder. They look very much the same when you put them next to each other. Okay. Then I'm going into Desert. She said all you have to do is touch it a little bit and you're going to get some color payoff. They're very cool toned shades. I have been wondering, like, what would I use this palette for? It seems like it's very much geared towards a makeup artist, like a person that really does makeup every day. But when I first saw it, I was like, you see, you really can't see any of these colors. They're very ashy looking. This one is Mirage. These two are Mirage. They feel like nothing. Like, it feels like you're not picking up anything. I'm going into Chiseled now. But they seem to be very cool tone. It says neutral, but it's very cool tone to me. All of the colors that I've swatched so far. This one is Sculpted. I gotta remember to lift my elbow up because when I'm going back at it, and I'm like, wow, you really can't even see. This one is pretty pigmented. That's the top row, and that was Sculpted. You really cannot see, like, they all look the same and they all look very ashy. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna start here for the second row. This one is Stone. When I first saw this palette, the first thing I thought was like, I'm gonna not have to look for a waterline color because this is gonna do it, but I don't really see many colors that I could use, in my opinion, at this point. This is the color Core. You really cannot even see these swatches. I can't wait to see how these things play on the skin, like on my face. Okay, so that is Core, both of them. I don't even know if you could see them, but they're there. I guess it's gonna take a lot of building. This one is Harvest. It's darker. Okay, so you can see that one. And this is the same color with the other formula. Harvest, that's Harvest. This one is Bark. I can't even see where they are, but that's them. Okay, so we have one more color, which is Tourmaline, or Tourmaline, however you want to pronounce it. But so far, I'm not feeling impressed. Okay, so this is Tourmaline. That's the only one that you could really see good. So that's all 20 shades. Hopefully you can see them good. All right, let's get started. So I'm gonna start with my eyes because I don't know where else to start. So I'm not really impressed with these colors, like I said. We're gonna go in with the color Mirage. I'm gonna put that on my lids, right? So this is the color Mirage, and I'm gonna use that color on my lids. This is supposed to give a nice coverage on the eyes. She said that you can use it as a base for your eyes. So like, instead of using a separate eye base, you can use this. I don't know. It feels like nothing. Like I said, when I was swatching them, it didn't feel like anything. These colors are very ashy. I don't know. Just from the swatches, I have thoughts already, but I'm gonna keep it to myself until we're finished. This is the Velvet Pomade that I'm using. It definitely gives a nice amount of coverage, but I was under the impression like you'd be able to use this as a eyeshadow. I mean, the color doesn't look bad. It really does not. I'm gonna set it with the other powder and see. So this gives it a little warmth. So it looks like the shaping powders have more warmth to it. Do you see the difference in what it looks like since I put the shaping powder on it? It definitely has a little warmth to it. I didn't do my brows because you can use this for brows. I want to do the eyes first and then do the brows. This is supposed to be a fallout free product, so you can use it last, you can use it first, and it's not supposed to give any fallout. I mean, it's a nice color. It's different. It's definitely different. I think I kind of like it though. I wonder if it's something that you could build up, but so far it's looking okay. She recommends using a fluffy brush. That was my Sigma E25 blending brush, and now I'm going to use this Morphe M441 brush, and I'm going to go into this color right here, which is Harvest, and I'm gonna go in that area with it. So that's the amount that's on the brush. I'm gonna dip it a little bit more. Okay, let's see. I see something. Oh, okay. I definitely see the pigmentation. I'm gonna go in a little bit more. Now I can really see it. So you just have to build it up. I usually watch her on Tuesdays, on her Teach Me Tuesday, because the way her makeup is, a lot of her techniques are finger based. I just really want to see how this contours. Like, is it really giving me the depth that I need? Like, do we see a major, I don't know, guys. All right, I'm gonna set it with the Harvest shaping powder. So the powder definitely has more pigment in it. I think what she meant by groundwork is like doing all of your underpainting and then going over it with your regular products. I don't know that it's waterproof. I don't think so, but I'm not feeling happy. I'm gonna go back into that first color, Mirage. It's definitely like a creamy texture. I don't know, it's not really doing much for me, but we're gonna keep trying. I definitely see this as being something that's geared towards a makeup artist. I'm gonna go back into the color Harvest and go here. I mean, like, it's such a light texture, like you don't even feel it going on. You really don't. I'm gonna build it up and see. We're gonna make this work, guys. We are going to make this work. I'm putting that velvet pomade on it again, just building it to get some dimension. And I'm gonna go into Harvest and set it. I definitely like the shaping powders better, because to me, they have more pigment. I mean, you could definitely see the color. You can definitely see the pigmentation on the eye. So I'm gonna go into this color Bark, right? And I'm gonna try to line the eye with Bark. Bark is this color right here. I don't know what brush this is. This doesn't say anymore. So let's see. Okay, it's not dark enough. I'm gonna go into the darker color, Tourmaline. This one. I'm gonna use this brush right here. This is a Smashbox brush, number 12. And I'm gonna go in with the shaping powder. Definitely has more pigment. And this is supposed to set the liner. I'm gonna try the brows now. I'm gonna go into this color Sculpted. This color right here, Sculpted, in my brows and see what happens. We're gonna have a look when this is over. It definitely has some pigment to it. And this is the velvet pomade that I'm using. Now you don't have to set with the shaping powder. They're supposed to work alone or together. I mean, the good thing about it so far is that it is adhering to the skin. Maybe if I go in with the, I think the black is gonna be too dark. It actually doesn't look bad. It definitely needs to be cleaned up. It's a lot of building. It gives a natural brow look. It's just a lot of work. All right, I'm gonna go in with the shaping powder, I guess, to set it, make sure it stays on because it's on my skin. I'm going in with the Sculpted color shaping powder, and then I'm gonna have to clean these brows up. And all right, I'm gonna go in with a brush with some concealer on it, just a little bit of concealer, or maybe not concealer, actually maybe one of her powders that's in here. Let's see. Listen, we're gonna use this palette. She said it's for the eyes. We're gonna use this palette. All right, I'm gonna go in with the color Mirage again to clean up the brow bone. I don't want to do a color that's too light. Listen, we are trying to figure this thing out. I'm going back into Sculpted. Okay, that looks good. We're gonna go into this brown again. So we're gonna go into the Harvest color again and just, I want to try one other thing I'm going to use this Morphe M224, and I'm going to go into this color right here, which is Core, and I want to see what it looks like on the lid to give some brightness to this eye look. I don't want to have to use a shadow if I don't have to. This is a Smith 235 brush. I'm going into Core, and I'm just going to tap it on the lid and see if it shows up. It definitely has a kind of light putty consistency, and you can feel it when you're putting it on the lid. I'm gonna go on with the shaping powder in the color Core, and I'm gonna put that on. I'm gonna go into this Jaclyn Hill JH39, and I'm gonna go into this color right here called Sandstone, and I'm gonna put that in the inner corner and see if it gives us any kind of pop to what we have going on here. I'm gonna go into the shaping powder and see. This is a lot of work for the eyes. I'm gonna go off camera and do the other eye, and I'm gonna come back and we're going to go from there. I'm back, and I am going to put some foundation on and finish my face as much as I can, and then we're gonna go back into that palette. This is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Serum Foundation. I have it in the color 22N, so we're gonna use that on our face today. And I do not own a Danessa Myricks concealer, so we're gonna use something else. This is like a squeeze bottle. I'm gonna squeeze a little bit out. I guess about that much. That's what the color looks like. This has a really nice smell. This is the color. This is a very emollient feeling foundation. Like you could feel it on, you could feel the oil in it, if I remember correctly, because I've only worn it I think once or twice. It's a beautiful foundation. It's pretty full coverage. It's covering up my little imperfections under there. Even though they're not flat, this one is more raised because it's newer. It's definitely a very thick, oily kind of consistency, if that makes sense. It looks very, very oily, but the color is a nice color. Okay, I'm gonna use this Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape in the color 53N. I have so many thoughts about this palette. And if you guys know me, you probably could read the expressions on my face about my thoughts. I'm gonna let it sit for a minute just so I can tell you about the foundation real fast. Just a reminder for you guys that did not see my review on this foundation, I wanna tell you what it does. Okay, so this is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Foundation. It retails for $34. It got 4 stars on the Sephora website. There are quite a bit of shades. Okay, unless I'm bugging out, it looks like it's 52 shades. I don't remember it being that many shades, but it looks like it's 52 shades. I have the color 22N. It's vegan, refillable, hydrating, radiant finish, liquid formula, medium coverage. It has jojoba oil that intensely moisturizes and softens the skin, hyaluronic acid that hydrates and plumps the look of fine lines and wrinkles, oil-derived squalene known to balance oil production and diminish visible signs of aging. It's free of all of those parabens that I told you about earlier in the video. It says it's a lightweight hybrid foundation that contains ingredients known to balance hydration and moisture while protecting the skin from free radicals and antioxidants. It's a nourishing formula that addresses common skin concerns for comfortable everyday wear, and the package is also refillable. It has a lot of clinical studies listed, and it does not say what kind of skin it's for. So I guess everybody, because it's supposed to be a balancing kind of product. It says 26 colors. Why do I see 50? I know how to count. That looks like more than 26 colors to you guys, right? I'm gonna blend in this concealer with this E8 brush by Morphe. You know, it is my favorite. Now I definitely see a lot of texture in my face. And remember, I used her Yummy Skin Blurring Balm as my concealer. And it looks like I see a lot of texture in my cheeks. Maybe once I powder it down, it'll disappear more. This is the Ultra Creamy formula. I wanna say it retails for like $32, I think. It comes in a lot of shades. I will put it on the screen and let you know. I mean, it's a decent concealer. I actually like it when I'm using like a real dewy foundation. It has nice coverage. Not as much coverage as the original, but it's good. Now, I don't know about this concealer in my creasing under the eye. We're gonna see. So you see how dewy the skin is. It's very, very dewy. I think that's why I didn't wear it that often, because I didn't really trust it to wear in like hot weather because it just looks so oily. And it's not oily, it's dewy, but it just looks too dewy for me. I'm gonna go in with this She Glam Insta Ready powder because I really love it. I think it does an excellent job of setting my under eyes. So I'm gonna use a different E8 brush and go in, set the under eye. There's definitely a lot of creasing with this concealer. Maybe that's why I don't wear it that often. Look how this powder just really mattes everything out. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous powder. If you guys don't have this She Glam powder, you should get it. It's really good. Okay, she has a pink powder that I have and that I have not used. I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna put it on so we can see what it looks like. Okay, so this is her pink Evolution powder. I never even opened the box. I couldn't tell you how deep the pink is, if it's gonna be good for dark skin. I don't know. Okay, that is what the pink looks like. And then I have 3 other colors plus the pink. Okay, so I know that it has 8 shades. It retails for $24 and it's supposed to be vegan, matte finish. Of course, it's black owned, loose powder formula, long wearing, cruelty free, a microfine flashback free powder that mattifies, blurs, sets, and corrects, and it's free of all of those parabens I told you about. It is a finishing and setting powder to reduce shine, refine, and minimize the appearance of large pores, texture, fine lines using a skin blurring technology and light diffusion. Features mesh window delivery system for a perfect dispensing of this very lightweight powder. I am excited to try it. I haven't tried any pink powders. Okay, so it appears to be a pretty good shade of pink, which I hope is a good thing. I hate those powders that it's very hard to get them out. I have a new pack of these sponges and I have it in the gray color this time. I couldn't find my black one, so I was like, let me order them. I didn't really look for them and I saw them on sale and I was like, okay, let me get them. So anyway, I'm gonna set under this eye and see what this pink does. I haven't tried any pink powders. I hear that the one size powder is very good, the pink one. Now this sponge is not picking up a lot of powder. I don't know if every company is different, but this is not picking up a lot of powder. It doesn't really look pink, not on the skin. Let's see if it gives us any brightness. It's very finely milled. It's floating everywhere. I see that it is mattifying the skin. I'm gonna put this pink powder every place that I put the concealer because it really does not look pink at all. Now mind you, I had this powder for like since July. I just never used it, but I definitely see some creasing. I'm going to put some blush on before I powder the skin. I'm gonna use the Danessa Myricks blush. She has Yummy Skin Flush blushes, and I'm gonna use these 2 colors, Bellini and Rose and Brunch, for no particular reason other than the fact that this is what I grabbed just now. These products also have the Up to Light in it, and ooh, okay, that's very pigmented. I always say it's a lot of blush, but these are very like emollient. They could be pigmented depending on what kind of brush you use. I like these blushes. Use a different brush to kind of diffuse it a little bit. So pretty. And do the same thing on this side. I do want to mix the 2 colors together. And we're going to go in with this color here. I did show you the other color, right? This pink Bellini. This color right here. I don't know why, for some reason, ever since I had that eye surgery, one of my eyes looks different. The one that they worked on actually looks smaller to me. I don't know why, but it does. I'm gonna go back and look at my other videos, like some of the older ones, because I don't remember my eye looking like this. Like, I feel like they look 2 different shapes. And I know that when they do the surgery, they actually change the shape of the eyeball with the laser, and I think that's what's happening. Like, one eye is a different shape than the other one. It's crazy. You really don't see that orange color. I'm gonna set the face. I'm gonna use this color right here. This is number 3. I wanna set the whole face, including where the blush is at. And you know what I should have did? I have a cream bronzer. I should have put the cream bronzer on. I don't know why I rushed into blush. I think this palette has me a little discombobulated because I cannot believe what is happening with it. I like the skin better now that I put powder on it. It was a bit too dewy for me. So I'm gonna use this Danessa Myricks Power Bronzer in the color Deep. It's a matte bronzer and shaping cream. I'm gonna use that. And I'm going to use my favorite brush. This is the V106 brush, the Morphe V106 brush. Do we see this bronzer showing up? You would think as dark as this color is that it would be showing up a little bit more. I don't know why I feel like this bronzer is not showing up today. Okay, I'm going to go in with this color right here and see if I can bronze with that. It says face, so let's see if we can bronze with this color called Bark. Okay, I think it's actually showing up. I see it. Do you guys see that? I think it is definitely showing up. Nice. Okay, I see it. I definitely see this color Bark showing up. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. That's the color right there, this one. That's what we're using to bronze / contour with. Now I'm gonna show you guys, for this being my first time touching this palette, how much product I had to use already. Okay, look at how this palette has been dug into. Do you see that? Anyway, we're gonna go into it now with the powder and see if the powder does anything different. Does it add any dimension to the face? Do you see a difference? I think the powder actually makes it stand out, like really stand out. So it looks like they work hand in hand, like you kind of lay down your shape and everything and then you set with the powder. The powder looks like it will last a lot longer than the velvet pomade. And there's one other thing I forgot to show you guys about this palette. I'm gonna show you right now. Okay, so this is what I forgot to show you guys. Okay, see right here, these pieces actually come out. It's a magnetic palette, so you can refill these pieces and put it back in. So I wanted to show you that. Both sides come out. Eventually she is going to be selling refills, so I guess it'll be happening shortly. So I actually do still see the contour that we put on our nose when I first used the palette. I'm gonna go in and try to contour my nose with this color Harvest right there. And I still didn't finish the under eyes, but I definitely see, okay, I see it. See, when you put that powder on, the powder really defines it. It makes a difference in what, it's like it makes the pomade really show up. Now we're gonna go and we're going to try and do our waterline. It's supposed to work in the waterline. It's supposed to be, I guess, kind of waterproof because they said it doesn't come off. I'm gonna use this color Chiseled right here because it's actually a nice kind of taupey color. So we're gonna see how that works in our under eye area. It's not bad. It's not like the nudist color that we could have, but all right, I'm gonna go in with the powder and set it. And you're not supposed to have to set it. I wonder if we try the lighter color. Let me see. This color Sandstone, which is like a kind of yellowy, peachy color. This one. Let's see how that one looks. Let's go in with the powder. Okay. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna take this brush that I just used the contour with the color Harvest, and I'm gonna smoke out my lower lash line. I'm gonna go in with the powder. Okay, so this is the color Core. Did I show you guys this mirror? The mirror is very big. Like, I should have been using this mirror, but I haven't been. I'm gonna use it right now. So I'm gonna go in with the powder instead of anything else. And go under the eye with it. That is doing anything. I see a little something. I'm just gonna get some mascara and use. That's what I'm gonna do. This mascara is what's up here, so this is what I'm gonna use. This is the NYX Worth the Hype mascara. So that's what our eyes are looking like. I'm gonna use my Dior Backstage powder and just go over the whole face. This is one of my favorite powders. I've just been trying to use other stuff because, you know, you don't want to get stuck on one product and then they discontinue it and you can't find something else. This is what the skin is looking like. This is what the palette is looking like on my face. I'm gonna put some blush on. I'm using this Butterfly blush by Benefit. I really like this blush. It's very pretty. This blush is very pretty and it has a lot of luminosity to it, so I'm not gonna put a highlighter on. I'm gonna put a little bit of this blush on the tip of my nose and here. Let's start on the lips. Yeah, this is supposed to be good as a lip liner, so we're gonna line our lips with this Smashbox number 20 brush. I'm gonna go in with this color right here, Sculpted, and I'm gonna line my lips with Sculpted. So many thoughts. I cannot wait until we are finished. So that's our lips lined. And this is one of the darkest colors besides the black. I have a Danessa Myricks lip palette. This is called the Danessa Myricks Beauty, the Nudist Luxe Cream palette. Dewy color for face and lips. So this is what it looks like. We're gonna use one of the colors from that palette. Okay, I'm gonna use this Laura Mercier brush. I don't know what it's for, but I'm gonna use that for my lips. And what I'm going to do is, I'm gonna go with this color first. I don't know. Oh, do they have names? They have numbers. Do not have names. I'm going in with this one, which is, looks like number 11. So you could actually use this as a blush too. It's pretty pigmented. Now to me, it's definitely a nude, but not for me. I'm gonna go into this light color and put that in the center. I like those lips. I'm gonna put a little bit of bronzer on. Because this bronzer is here, I'm gonna use this Pat McGrath's Bronze Mahogany bronzer. Yeah, that's what we're gonna use to give a little dimension to our face because it's not really doing it for me. Okay, I'm gonna go off camera and fix my hair, and then I will come back and give you my thoughts on this Danessa Myricks Beauty Groundwork Defining Neutrals palette for face, brows, eyes, and lips. Okay, I'll be back. Okay. Okay, so this is our finished look after we use this beautiful Danessa Myricks Beauty Groundwork Defining Neutrals palette. This is what the palette looks like. To remind you guys, this is what the inside looks like, and this is what it looks like after one use of whatever I could do with it on the face. I have a lot of thoughts about this palette, and I so wanted to like this palette. But this palette is not for the everyday person. When I say that, first of all, I did my brows with it, I did my eyes with it, I contoured with it, I did my liner with it, and to me it took a lot of work to build up to get what we have going on. I'm not happy with the way this palette performed for me, only because it was a lot of work to get it to show up the way it's showing up right now. I mean, I guess everything looks okay, but it's not a palette for me. Well, out of the 10 colors, I was only able to use these colors right here. Okay, I tried to use every color in the palette because it's a full face palette. I think I used every other color except for the color Stone, which has like a green undertone. This one I used on my eyes. It's not even there anymore. Like, you can't really see it. When she called this a groundwork palette, I watched her masterclass today before I did this video because I wanted to get a full understanding of this palette. And what I seen her do was use it to kind of like underpaint and then use other products in conjunction with it. It's a nice palette for somebody that is a makeup artist that works every day on different faces. When I first saw this palette, the first thing I thought was, I'm gonna be able to have a waterline color and be able to use it in this palette and it's gonna last. To me, like, it's there, but it's very subtle. Everything in this palette to me was very subtle. These colors could have been a lot more dark-skinned girl friendly, and to me they're not. For me to be the complexion that I am, I had to use this product and 2 other bronzers and contours to make it happen on my face, for it to really show up. What I used on my eyes were like this color and this color and this color. To me, it was just a lot of extra work that I could have done with several different products. It's nice to have everything in one product if they work for you. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't make a difference whether everything is in one palette, because it's not working for you. So as much as I wanted to love this, there was nothing about this palette that made me say, oh, I'm gonna use it for this, or I'm gonna use it for that. I wanted to love it. Like, I really wanted to love it. But when I looked at the color story in this palette, I was like, okay, let me see. And then when I saw several videos that she did, like I said, I watch her on Teach Me Tuesdays on Instagram. If you guys are not following me on Instagram, please follow me on Instagram, because I want to start doing polls and stuff. But if you guys are not following me there, I can't really do polls that will reach my followers on YouTube. So if you're not following me, please follow me at Just Beauty by Julie P on Instagram. And I'm also on X. And I'm also on, what's the other thing? I'm on TikTok. Yeah. So I don't really post that often on TikTok, but I post quite frequently on my Instagram. And like I said, I want to start doing some polls because I want to know what you guys want to see. So let's get back to the palette. So anyway, I really wanted to like this palette. I felt like I had to really go deep with a lot of these colors to get it to show up. If you don't have a well-groomed set of brows, it takes a lot to get these brows to show up. The brows are they look very lifelike. Like, they look very natural and fluffy. And if you like that kind of brow, then you might like this. But I didn't find this palette to be something that the everyday person needs to have. I don't even need to have it. And I do videos, and sometimes I do other people's makeup, but I didn't really care for this palette. I wanted to love it. I don't. I'm sorry. I really, really don't. And for $65, I don't know if I said that's what this palette retails for, but it does retail for $65. I can find something else to do with my $65, and that's not me being harsh, it's me being real. So yeah. Now let me know if you guys have tried this palette. You may see it a different way that I see it, but that's what I see it as. That's what I see for me in that palette. And I also tried her pink powder on my face. I never used a pink powder before. I don't see where it did anything different on my skin, under my eyes and everything. It didn't do any kind of special brightening or anything like that. Maybe it's the shade of pink. I don't love it. I like her powder, but I don't specifically like this color pink any more than I like any of the other ones. I'll use it to highlight and to set under my eyes, but there was nothing special about it. I don't know if it's because of the shade of pink. I don't know if there's a specific pink powder that I should be using, but this one didn't do anything special. But I do like her powders. This the nudist cream palette is what I have on my lips. It gives a nice pigmented, glossy kind of look. I didn't have to add any gloss to my lips, and it has a nice dewy look to the mouth, and the color is very pigmented, especially on my lips, which are like so many different colors, but the top lip is much darker than the bottom lip, and it's actually showing up. So this is a nice palette. It's a nice lip and cheek palette. If you're looking for something that's easy to travel with, then you may like this. And I also used her Danessa Myricks Beauty Oil, the hydrating facial oil with the gold leaf in it. I liked it. It was a nice moisturizer. The makeup looks and feels really good on my skin. Let me just go over this real quick. I wasn't gonna go through every product, but I wanna just tell you what my thoughts are. So anyway, I use this Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm as a primer on my face, and to me, I still see a lot of texture in my cheeks. Like, it's very textured. You don't see any smoothing or anything like that. The makeup did go on the skin nicely because I used her Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Serum Foundation, and it did go on the skin nicely, but I see so much texture in my face. I would not use that blurring balm powder as a primer for my skin, and I have oily textured skin. It looks nice, but these brows are a bit much for me because I don't usually have them this thick. Everything else that I used was products that I tried before. I will list everything in the description box. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts on this palette. Is it something that you would purchase? Is it something that you would find yourself using on a regular basis? Thank you to all my subscribers. If you're not subscribed and you made it this far, I would love it if you would do so. If you like this video, please give the video a thumbs up. I know that's a lot of information all at one time, but that's all of the things that I want to say to you guys. Please leave me a comment in the comment section if you tried any of these products that I have on my face. Let me know what you think of this makeup look. And that's it, guys. I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope that you like this look. I mean, the makeup looks natural. I think the makeup looks beautiful. Like, it's a nice everyday makeup. It's not a glam look. It's definitely a nice everyday look. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and let me know what else you guys want to see. All right. I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.